Well, welcome Ninjago fans. This is our official review of the Temple of Airjitzu here on The Brick Show. And I have just completed building it. You may have been following along on our Brick Show Raw channel, where we have been releasing each individual video for each bag in this box. 13 videos, 13 bags, and you can follow along there if that's for you. That is on our Raw channel, and they're long videos. It is just straight, very quiet type of videos of building this. So this is our official review of the Temple of Airjitzu. Stay tuned for the end, because that's when we'll get you our straight from the gut rating, recommendations, analysis of this set. We'll tell you if we think it's for you, what we like, what we don't like. So stay tuned for that at the very end. But right now we're going to head in. We're going to show you this set. As we head in, let's remember this is a $200 set. It will be released on August 18th for VIP members, September the 1st for everybody else, and it does include 12 minifigures. And here it is, the Temple of Airjitzu. You can see we have all the minifigures lined up there on the bottom. So here I'm quickly just gonna kind of pan around so that you can see everything. You'll notice first off that the ninjas can connect to the roof as if they're, running along the roof and fighting. And you'll just see it all comes together really nice. We'll show you each individual building and area here in a second, but just wanted to show you this with the figures all there, how it's gonna look as it is displayed for you in your collection. First, the figures, and in this set we get 12 minifigures. So that's gonna create a lot of fun, a lot of play value for this set. And for the first time ever in any Ninjago set, we get all 6 ninjas in the same set. Unfortunately, none of these are exclusive. All of these ninjas do show up in other Ninjago sets, but we get Nia, Jay, Cole, Lloyd, Kai, and Zane in their deep stone gis, in their outfits. So that is a big draw. I just wish that maybe would have gotten an exclusive design for each of the ninjas in here. But as we look at them lined up here, you'll see that predominantly all the male ninjas, they're wearing black. Only Nia is not wearing black. She's wearing that darker red with the kind of odd colored blue, kind of the baby blue. She's also the only one that has the gold shoulder pads or armor. All the other ones have the black armor, which I think match and makes sense. But each of them have the one sword in the back, except Nia has, and theirs all in black, Nia's is in gold. There is only one expression for each of the ninjas, except for Zane. He has 2, as you see right there. Then here are the remaining 6 figures. So that gives us 12. And from left to right, we have Misako. Then next to her is Claire. Then we have Sensei Wu in gold gowns. Dareth, Jesper, and all the way to the right is the Postman. Now, we didn't get any new characters or exclusivity with the ninjas, but we do here. The Postman, first time we've gotten him. Jesper, Claire, who is a tourist visiting the temple, and Misako are all new first-time characters to Ninjago. The Sensei Wu has exclusive design for this set in his gold gowns. And then Dareth, we've gotten a poly bag, but the torso print is different. So that kind of gives us a new Dareth minifigure to the Ninjago collection. Now here's a quick look at the back printing for each figure, just to be complete. There is some slight printing on each of them. As far as facial expressions, they all only have the one, except Misako. She does have 2 facial expression prints, but they are exactly the same, so no need to show you that. So now let's head in and I'll show you all the details of just the buildings. I've pulled the figures off. This first section here is the bridge. It's the bridge that connects the Smuggler's Market and the blacksmith shop. It does not connect into the build. It lifts off like this, but it's got browns, grays, and some red markings to give it a nice oriental look. You'll also notice even the stone dragons are facing into the bridge. That adds a nice touch to it as well. Now without the bridge there, you'll notice a smaller build that we get. We get 2. This is the first one. This, if you look at the box, there's fireworks in the sky. And so this is kind of like the little wagon that shoots off the fireworks. You'll see the different studs there. We do get extras to each of the different studs on here. So an extra 2 of the yellow,
the blue or like the diamond color, and the red as well. And we're just gonna turn these, and you'll see they fly up into the air. So that's to give the firework effect. Another little build we get, and this is kind of a nod to the old ninja sets. We have Zane on there. You could really throw any of the ninjas on there. This is a ninja glider, and the way that it's built, there is some older ninja sets that LEGO released years and years ago where they made gliders like this, included them in sets. So it's kind of nostalgic that this was included. And again, you can put any of your ninjas on there. The box shows Zane. There's other parts where it shows Cole. Really doesn't matter. So now I'm going to put the bridge back. We're going to head over and look at our blacksmith shop. Now the way this is built out and connected, it's before the bridge, and then with Technic pins, it connects into the main temple area. So we can disconnect it like this. And so then we can also look at it on its own this way. So you'll see over here on the side, these are the Technic pins I disconnected. Also over here on this side, we have a tree, so it's obviously falls. You can tell by the color of the leaves. You'll also see up here on the roof that these are fallen leaves that have kind of fallen off this tree and onto the roof there. You can see they're different sizes. I'm not sure I love that effect. These are typically the cookies in the LEGO Friends line. And so the leaves got a lot smaller as they fell off the blacksmith shop. Here's the front. You'll see there's a little pond here. You'll also notice here, and this is the first time in any LEGO set, these little stubble grass parts that are in olive green. This is 3 of them all stacked on each other, but this is the first time we've gotten them in the olive green. Then we have a sign coming out. That is a sticker, and it is an anvil with a little hammer. There's also a sticker on the door leading into the blacksmith. And here's the side. If you remember the medieval market village from, I believe, 08 range in that area, it had this same type of style in some of the buildings with this shade of blue and then the brown and just the way that it's kind of patched in there and built. We have another tree on the side. Here on the first floor, you see we have a little crate with a shovel, a hammer. There's a little bucket. There's the big anvil down on the bottom floor. It's kind of hard to see. It's a little dark in there, but you can see it a little bit better as we flip this around. And then there's our fire, which our blacksmith is going to use, of course, to heat up his metal for making his products. And then a little bit surprising as we look at the top, there's no detail at all in the top of the blacksmith's little shop here. So I thought they'd include at least a little detail, but you can maybe add some of your own stuff and create a little area there for your figures. And then hidden in our blacksmith shop is a little rat. And then all the way at the top, it's kind of cool the way that they did the roof here. Kind of spin it around so you can see it. You can see that it kind of, you know, claps into each other. And gotta kind of have to do that in order to show you how this works. Just gonna open that up and then close them up, and it gives you that effect. So that's pretty neat detail. So we've shown you the blacksmith. Now over to the Smuggler's Market. In the same way that we got to that, we disconnect the bridge there. Technic pins are connecting it. So we'll just disconnect this. I think I killed some chickens there in the process, and it disconnects. And so here is our Smuggler's Market. It's called Smuggler's Market because there is something hidden in here. We'll show you that here in a second. You'll notice on the front, you have the whole Oriental look continued through here. A lot of stone work, more of these little grass pieces growing up out of a little pond on the front. Then we have a few fishing poles close by, and then some signs on the front of our market. We also have what is typically Elrond's elvish swords. A lot of those being used here. A couple here on the front. And these are both stickers, so you can see we have some bread and some fish that are being sold in the market. Then as we kind of spin this, you'll see the sand green is the predominant color of the building. It's going to make a lot of AFOLs happy. We always love when we can get this sand green. It's just such a really nice color. Inside of our market, you can see it, it's lit up pretty well. Well, first here are some chickens, which if they don't leave, they're probably going to be in trouble. They could end up being sold at the market, or maybe they are sold at the market. They're just not in their own area in that way. But if they don't, they're going to probably end up in a chicken sandwich. So heading over here though, kind of like these guys, these fish, they've been caught. So we have a silverfish and then a goldfish, which is more in an orange color, or a carp, I guess. And then we have a little bag, 2 bags here. One is filled with cookies. You've seen those before. This other one I will show you. It is filled with playing cards, so kind of like a game. Little cards. One seems to be Sensei Wu and the other one looks like Cole. Not sure if that's what's supposed to be, but according to the designer video, these are like little trading cards or playing cards. And they connect back in there on those little jumpers. Then as we move a little bit behind that, we have a little hook where you could hang something, maybe a little way that they weigh things. Also here, as we turn it, you'll see it better. We have a little sink area or a place to kind of wash up or wash the food. Back at the front of the market, we can see what's being sold. We have a crate with 3 loaves of bread. Then on the other side, we have some apples. And last of all, we move to the top, to the roof. This is the cool part. These are the garage door pieces that are being used here to create that nice oriental roof. And we get a total of 4 little builds that you make in order to create, the 2 different tiers of roof, and some gold pieces also to create that full look. Underneath these top ones, both of them, there are some treasure chests hidden, and we will pull this one out right here. And hidden inside is some gold weapons. We have some gold ninja stars in there. So then those go right back, and then you hide them, pull this back over. The other side is the same deal. You probably noticed them when I showed the back kind of in there that way. And on this side, also gold weapons, 2 gold daggers, and then just a regular sword in there. We've shown you the 2 smaller structures. Now to get to the temple itself, the big one there in the middle. So starting at the bottom first, we'll go all the way to the top, then we'll turn it around and you can see what's inside the actual temple. So here we have a fountain in the front, and this little gold piece kind of spins around. Then a stone minifigure that looks a lot like Sensei Wu, but has a different beard, so it's not Sensei Wu, but I'm gonna call him Grandpa Wu, but it's some sort of a shrine or memorial to this particular character. Now, as you look around him, you have 2 staircases of stone leading all the way up into the temple. You also have some burnt pieces over here. These are both burnt pieces, but they're built upon, so you may not have noticed that. And then some more built out rock in the dark gray leading up there. So it looks like it's built into a rock area. Now as we go up the steps, you'll see some little signs with some writing on it. There is a total of 3. There's 2 on this side, and then the other one is at the top of the stairs over here on the other side. You'll also see 2 gold rings. Yes, those are the ones from Lord of the Rings, so now they have made it into Ninjago. They may have before, just I haven't noticed. And then we have a printed glass door, or what is rice paper, and it slides. So in much Oriental style, that kind of slides open and slides back. That is the case not only on this side, but you saw the other one over here. That one also slides open and close. Really the other thing to talk about as we moved up, we've shown you how you can have the ninjas on the roof, but you'll notice all of the square windows, they have printing on them. That is the first time we've gotten printing on these pieces of that style, and it's like that same rice paper look. There's tons of them. It really gives it a good Oriental look by having those on the top 2 floors. And then we have the black curved roof that just gives it the full temple look. One complaint I do have is on the bottom part of the roof on the first floor. You can see we have those tiles, the brown tiles. They make it look nice and polished, but as we move up the building, you'll notice they did not do that on the top 2 floors. I think they easily could have just put some 1x2 brown tiles in there, made it look polished, make it look a little consistent as it does with the first floor. The way that these roofs are connected, I'll take this one out. They're all done this way. You build them first, and then you connect them into the actual roof. Let me see if I can pull one out. So this is what it looks like. You build that, and then you connect it right there on the roof. You kind of curve it in, give it the look you want, and you do that all the way up. Here's a look at the whole temple on the front from a little different angle, higher up as if you were a bird flying over. And it also gives us a good look at the top portion of it. Looks almost like there's a satellite dish or just a communications tower at the top. You can also see that the look from the roofs. The curved roofs also continues with the same black slopes all the way leading up into that top tower. So now we've turned our temple around. You can see that we have a number of floors and each one has its own purpose. We're going to start at the bottom. By doing that, it's our main play feature, really. So you see that little knob, we're going to end up turning that. And as we grab to turn that, we're going to kind of slightly push it in, and that lights up the Shadow Theater. And so you can see the Shadow Theater there. We have some micro figures in there spinning around along with some flames. That gives us the Shadow Theater. Now you probably want to know exactly what that looks like, what's spinning around in there. So we can flip these down. We kind of take this piece out if I can. May not be able to get it back in right now. But now you see how that works. You kind of push this area in. It ignites the light in the back. And then it just creates shadows on that one section that we just took out. And we have the flame, and then the little figures that were in the helicarrier, those are used here. Sometimes also used as trophies in the collectible minifig series. So now let's show you the 3 rooms above the Shadow Theater. The bottom floor here, not a ton going on here, just a little table with some hot tea and soup here that serves as like a reception for the temple. Just above that is a training room. So you'll see we have a bow and arrow. We have 2 swords. We have like a dummy here. That is a sticker there. And then some tables there on the sides. So this is the training room in the temple for the ninjas. And you'll notice the floor here. That is also a sticker. Then last of all the way at the very top is Sensei Wu's study. There is a sticker on the floor, and this little painting has dropped, but we have a little paint palette that's there. You can see that. I'll let that hit. And he's working on a painting in there. We also have a transparent cup that has the paintbrush in it with some green paint on the tip. And then some books, 2 brown books, some gold books there on that uniquely designed little bookshelf there. Now there is something in 2 of the 3 books. Let's go ahead and take them out. The first book here has a like a little chip piece. So a little tech pick chip piece, like a tracking device almost. This one has nothing. And then the gold one here has a letter. Then you may have noticed at the top, there's kind of a hidden crate, another hidden crate. This belongs to Cole, and it says on the front, Cole's stuff. And of course, it says hands off, but we are definitely not going to listen to Cole. We want to show you what's in here, so don't tell him, or Cole's going to get mad at us. In the crate, we have a brush for his hair and a camera. So nothing too secretive, but who knows what's on that camera. And the brush, well, Cole, you're not allowed to touch his brush. So now you have seen the Temple of Airjitzu. Now my thoughts, my recommendations to you guys. First, the bad. Things that I wrote down that I was not happy with, which is not a lot, and none of them are big deals. I'm not going to take much off of my final score, but I mentioned them during the close-up, so I'll just mention them real quickly now. The small detail, maybe adding a tile here on these floors, I thought could just made that look a little bit sharper. And what else? The exclusivity of the ninjas. We've gotten all of these before, so not having an exclusive ninja figures for this set for $200 may be a little bit of a drawback because you can get those in any of the sets. However, you can't get them all in one set, so that's going to be a pro, but we'll get to that. The other one, when we look at the full lineup of figures included, it was pretty vast of all characters. So the one character that you could say is missing is who? Well, that would be Garmadon himself. And so he is missing. That you can get him in other sets, but I found that a little odd that they would be including Masako, but then not including Garmadon. And then last of all, this is super small, just no detail on the top floor of the blacksmith shop. You could add your own, but really that's probably going to be storage for the blacksmith anyway, so don't think that's a big deal. The pros, there's a lot of them. Most of them are going to fall into, when I describe this, just the overall look of this thing. The detail, the oriental decor that they were able to pull off, the designer was able to pull off. So if you're watching, really, really nice job. with pulling off the great Oriental decor throughout all 3 buildings. So that is a big plus. I think the detail in all of the floors in the temple were more than sufficient. Could there have been more? Not really. I mean, there's not a ton of room in there. And I think for what the floors are supposed to be, what they represent, reception, training room, study, everything that you would need in those rooms is included. The 12 figures, 12 minifigures. This set is not necessarily for adults. A lot of adults are going to buy it because it's just so cool looking. But kids are really going to want it. This is going to be their big gift at Christmas. 12 minifigures is really, really going to create a great play experience for you kids that want this. Getting all of those characters, all of the ninjas in those particular outfits, even though they're not exclusive, I still do love that we get all 6 ninjas and 6 other characters, some which we have never gotten before. So I love that for all of you kids. As far as play features, this is where I could go either way. I think at the end of the day, there is a ton of play features for the set. I can't wait to get my kids home, have them play with it, and see what they do. But I know what they're probably going to do is grab the figures, have them go shopping, have them go over to the market, play in the little temple areas, train, because Ninjago is more of a minifigure heavy theme because it is more geared towards kids. The only reason I say I hesitate when I say that is because most of the time when you say play value, you're thinking for ninjas that's got to be fighting, it's going to be vehicles, it's going to be motorcycles, there's going to be some sort of vroom vroom, jets and all that stuff that we get from most of the Ninjago sets. This does not have that. The temple does not have a fighting component to the set. I still think the play value is good enough for me to not affect my recommendation to you. It's just different from what you may expect from Ninjago. Instead, they're going to go over the bridge, they're going to go train. The Shadow Theater is very cool, very unique. They're definitely going to wear that out. And the market and the hiding of that. At the end of the day, I think it's going to be a little bit different a play experience, but still plenty good enough for those who buy it. So that goes on to price. The $200 price point, is it worth it? Is it not? I'm going to say that it's fair. I don't think it's the greatest deal out there, but I certainly don't think it's overpriced. I think you're getting fair value for what you get. This tower, this temple, you can see as I'm sitting here, it goes up to the top of my head. It is a big tower. It is thick. There is a lot of room in the back of here for multiple. You could fit 3, 4, maybe even 5 minifigures on each floor. And then you still get the 2 detachable buildings here on the side. A lot of play value, a lot of minifigures. For that reason, the largest Ninjago set ever made. The price per piece is not out of whack. It's at 10 cents per piece exactly. So $200 is a more than fair price. You're probably not going to get it any cheaper than that because I think this is a LEGO store exclusive. I think. I could be wrong on that. We'll have to wait. But I don't see this going on sale anytime soon, if ever. So that will conclude our official Temple of Airjitzu review for all of you guys. Tell us what you think based on what you just saw. If you disagree with us, let us know. No big deal. Let's keep it light. We'll see you guys soon here on the Brick Show.